To go through the whole airport usually takes an hour to an hour and 15-20 minutes depending on your rental car company and how busy they are if you're there before everyone else. After that, I will be taking a 30-minute drive from the airport to Devon Mansion Tour, Devon House, which we have a tour, we have food. They're supposed to have one of the top 10 in the world for ice cream, so we're going to try that out. And they have those beef patties. Sounds really awesome. The mansion tour and the food cost $25 per adult and $23 per kid, would be about $96. I estimate the time there would be about an hour and a half. From there, we have a 4-minute drive to the Bob Marley Museum, one of the last places that Bob Marley lived. The cost of that is $20 per adult, $10 per kid, so it's $60 I'll be paying there, and I'll be around 2 p.m. Be there at the Bob Marley Museum an hour and a half. From there, it's a 6-minute drive to Emancipation Park, which is free. Around 3:45, I'll be driving 29 minutes, 22 kilometers to Shoppers Fair, which is a grocery store. I estimate $60. What I'm going to try to get is bread, pastry, juice, beer, possibly liquor, tea, soda, drink, water, juice, fruit, bananas, chips, and cereal or something for breakfast. Across the street will be KFC about 3 minutes down the road. We're going to get 4 meals. I've already calculated estimate of the meals are about $930 per meal, Jamaican dollars. Probably be there for at least a half hour between the two, KFC and grocery store. From there, I have a 2-hour drive starting at 5 o'clock, so it's going to start getting dark, so that's going to not be the best situation, but considering going to Lover's Leap, if we have the energy and time, it's a restaurant on top of Lover's Leap, on top of a mountain looking down at the ocean. I'm not sure how well you can see at nighttime. We'll probably get loaded fries, chicken fries. Looks like 2 of them is going to be $2,600 on JMD. From there, we would have another hour drive to our hotel, which would be Star Castle Guest House, which paid $85 for one night. The next morning, we'll be waking up around 7:30, eat breakfast, maybe jump in the pool, and then head towards, leave the hotel around 8:30 and drive 37 minutes, 28 kilometers to Bamboo Avenue, St. Elizabeth, which looks pretty cool. It's just something to drive through and take a look at. From there, we'll drive 16 minutes, 10 kilometers to YS Falls and explore and swing pool. So we'll be there around 2 hours. Cost approximately $20 for adults, $12 for kids. Around 11:30 we'll leave, drive 15 minutes, 9.4 kilometers to Holland Bamboo Restaurant. We'll order a large curry goat, large curry chicken, fried chicken, and two rice for approximately $3,000 or $20. From there we'll drive an hour and 41 minutes, 88.5 kilometers, and we'll arrive at 216 at Barney's Flower and Hummingbird Garden. They do recommend that you get reservations per hour. It would cost $20 per adult, $10 per kid. Anyone under 3 is free. The hours are 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 2 to 6 p.m. From there, we'll drive 15 minutes, 8.5 kilometers to Drifters 1 Mile, the cheapest hotel they have there. It's more of a hostel than it is a hotel. I'm getting 2 nights for $122, which is like $66 a night. And in that $66, you actually get 2 rooms for the family because the 5 doesn't fit in 1 room. It's really cheap. Get what you pay for. But the nice thing about it is it's on the beach. You literally walk right to the beach, and that is priceless. Negril Beach is a 7-mile beach. It's not actually 7 miles, I think it's 4 miles, but it is amazing beach. And so the next hour and a half we'll go take a walk on the beach, enjoy the beach, go swimming. Around 5 o'clock, we're going to head to Rick's Cafe, and they have rock jumping. Maybe some of the kids will try it and jump off some of the lower levels into the water. It looks like very beautiful water. It's very, very, very popular destination. Everyone, it's free to go, but the red stripes are going to be, $5, $10. Then you got a tip. Probably hard to get because they're probably going to be there only an hour. And then from there, we can walk 2 minutes to the Ivan's restaurant with the hotels. It's right next door. We'll want to have the dinner on the cliffs. Beautiful view. A jerk platter, $26 American. Coconut chicken, 1 shrimp, $20 each. Chicken carbonara, $20. Have the snapper, 24 whole snapper. So we're looking at around 108 plus with tax and tip. It's a quick 11-minute drive back to the hotel where I'll be sleeping around 8 o'clock. Pool running is not open, and we missed out on Appleton Estates. Plus they have food samples. Plus you could walk through the distillery. Next morning, we'll be leaving the hotel around 7 a.m. to go to the Rock House restaurant, do some breakfast, but when we get there, we'll have 4 smoothies, probably be about $40 with tip and tax. Enjoy the cliffs view, beautiful views. Someone on YouTube was posting video of going snorkeling after they're eating at the restaurant, just walk down the stairs and go into the water. And about 2 hours later, it'll be 9 a.m., we'll head back to our hotel where Sun Baby Excursions will pick us up from the beachside in our hotel. I paid $120 to go snorkeling for the entire family. There's 5 of us. Again, Chloe, she's 2, so she'll be free pretty much for everything that we do. So they'll take us out for approximately 2 hours There's a sandy reef where we'll go snorkeling, and then they'll drop us back off at the hotel. After that, we'll drive 6 minutes from our hotel to Margaritaville, where we'll have lunch, and they have a water trampoline. We'll enjoy the beach. I didn't list the prices, but I estimate the hamburgers and fries and drinks to be about $25 per person. I'd be surprised to be at least $100. Paying for the location, it's on the beach, it's beautiful. We'll probably be there for about an hour and a half. After that, we'll drive 33 minutes, 19 kilometers to Blue Hole Mineral Springs. It'll probably be around 2 o'clock. They close at 5, so it can't be late. Each one of us will have to pay $20. It's not any different for kids. They do have a weed farm in the back. Pay $20 so you can see it if you want to see it. They have a pool for my wife and Chloe because they're not going to be able to jump down 22 feet. There's a ladder to get down into the hole. After about 2 hours there, drive 32 minutes back to the hotel, or potentially go to Long Bay Beach Park where you can park and go to the beach there in the grill. I think it's 150 Jamaican dollars, which is about $1. There's also other beaches. There's Times Square Shopping Mall, if that's your thing. And at 6 o'clock, we'll drive 12 minutes, 5 Sweet Spices restaurant. It has it's a seafood restaurant, and I'll get conch, 1800, chicken chop suey for 1800, stewed beef for 1300, fried chicken for 1100, total being about 8,000 JMD, just short of $60. From there, we'll head back to the hotel, but the next day we're going to be driving nearly 100 miles, so it's best to get gas before we drive through the middle of the country. Tuesday morning is going to be an early one. We'll wake up around 6:30. We'll be gone by 7. Drive 6 minutes to get some breakfast at Blue Moho Restaurant and Bar, which again is another cliffside restaurant, highly rated. They have fruit for 10. I estimate we'll be spending $. Other alternative option, of course, is Burger King if you want to go cheap. At 7:45, we'll drive an hour and 15 minutes, 47 kilometers to Mayfield Falls. Keep in mind this drive is towards the middle of the country. The roads can get rough. You definitely want to do some research on what is the best route. Try to stay out of the mountains. May Falls costs $20 per adult, $15 kid. Chloe will be free, about $70. We'll be there around 2 hours. They do provide life jackets. They have a guide that takes you up the waterfall. None of the waterfalls are really big. They're 6 feet in elevation. Step by step, there's probably like 30 of them or whatever it might be, and it seems like a fun adventure. From there, we drive to Montego Bay, hour and 25 minutes, 64 kilometers. We'll be going to Scotchies, which is a pretty known Jamaican location. We'll be there for an hour. Drive 6 more minutes. We'll arrive at Rose Hall around 1:24 p.m. Close at 5, so you got to be aware of the time. It's $25 per adult, $10 per kid. They ask for reservations. They have specific times when they start their tours. At 2:30, we'll drive 17 minutes, 15 kilometers, check in at our hotel, which will be Montego Bay Club. This hotel was on booking.com. We got it for $154 a night. The best part about it, obviously, is the balcony that overlooks Dr. Bay Beach, which is one of the best beaches in Jamaica. At 3:30, we'll actually head across the street, which again is open from 8:30 to 5:30 daily. Cost is $6 per adult, $3 per kids. Probably pay extra for chairs. That's usually the case, and umbrellas. 5:30, I'll go and pick up Burger King and bring it back to the hotel so we can enjoy the view from our balcony while enjoying Burger King. $4,500. It's probably more expensive there than it is even here in Florida. From there, at 6:15, we'll drive 33 minutes, 35 kilometers to Luminous Lagoon, Glistening Waters. Be there at 7 o'clock. So this is a special feature in this bay that when you move around, the water glows, and it's a pretty unique experience. Not many places are year-round that has this phenomena. Usually this happens very occasionally to certain beaches around the world, but this one just is every day because of the weather. It doesn't ever go away. The cost is $25 for adult, $50 for kids. It'll take you out on a boat and you can get out, and my understanding is the bottom's not that deep, but it's kind of slimy. You definitely want to have water shoes for that. Likely you'll be done in an hour. I'm not that far out. From there, we'll drive 13 minutes to Chill Out Hut, Greenwood Avenue. We'll eat dinner, about $32, which will include goat curry for $12, braised oxtail for $14. We're just tasting some food since we've already eaten Burger King. It'll be 8 o'clock. We'll drive back to the hotel around 9 o'clock, 24 minutes. Around 9:30, we can start going to sleep. We're not going to Fort Charlotte since it's out of our way. The other thing, there's Ross Natago Gallery and Garden, which is a little bit redundant to the other Hummingbird Garden. We're skipping this one. Aqua Soul Theme Park is is closed. So Wednesday morning, 6:40 a.m., I'll wake up around 7 a.m. We'll drive 4 minutes to Juicy Patty's to get breakfast for the family, head back to the condo. We'll have breakfast in our room at 8 o'clock an hour later. Drive 3 minutes to Dead End Beach, which there's planes that fly overhead to the airport right there. And then we'll drive 34 minutes, 32 kilometers to Martha Brae Rafting. We'll be there when it opens at 9 a.m. It costs $77 per raft for 2 adults and 1 kid under 9. We'll need 2 of them because the family of 5, so it'll be $144. Make sure you have enough for tip. In the middle of the trip, they stop by. You can get coconuts. Probably an hour to an hour and a half trip. If you're driving there, there's a village entrance at the front where you get a ride to the back, and then you go down the river and you end, I believe, near the village again. Around 10:45 a.m., drive 40 minutes, 44 kilometers to Sharky Seafood Restaurant, where we'll have jerk chicken, coconut conch, garlic crab, shrimp pasta, 10,000 JMD, about $70. From there, we drive 10 minutes to 8.4 kilometers to Green Grotto Caves. We arrive around 12:40 at Green Grotto Caves. It's open between 9 and 4 p.m. Adults are $20, kids are $10. It lasts probably about an hour. At 1:40, we drive 4 minutes, 2.8 kilometers to Puerto Seco Beach Park. We'll be there around 1:44. $20 for adults to entry, $10 for kids. It comes with Wi-Fi, pool, umbrellas, lounge chairs, access to the aquatic park. Our kids will like that. Probably going to be there probably around 2 hours. It's open 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. At 3:44 p.m., we'll drive 40 minutes, 37 kilometers to Fern Gully, which is a scenic drive through the lush fern tunnels. We'll be there around 4:24. 4:35, we'll drive 5 minutes back down to the Turtle River Park, which is 150 JMD, about $1 for parking. Probably be there about 25 minutes. It's open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. At 5:10, we will drive 1 minute down to where we're going to be staying, the hotel. It's an Airbnb 2-bedroom vacation home that has an awesome view. Be there 2 nights, $301, and they have 6 swimming pools and views of Ocho Rio Beach on the side of a mountain, so it has wonderful views. At 6:30, we'll drive 4 minutes, 1.6 kilometers down to Miss T's Kitchen. Another probably spend around $100. We'll have barbecue fried chicken, $20. Honey garlic for $20. Fried chicken, $18. Curried goat, $20. Other things that there is to do if we had time: Conoco Falls, it's $20 for adult, $10 for kids. There's also Ocho Rio Beach. Again, we're not going to have time for. That's open 8 to 5 p.m. $3 for adults, $1 for kids. Since we're already doing a nicer beach earlier in the day, James Bond Beach is permanently closed. It's boarded up. Also, the Turtle River Falls and Garden, that's permanent closed. It used to be called Shaw Park. Other items that we're skipping, either because of price: Chuka White River Valley, Chuka Cove and Cliff, and then they have River Rapids, Jamaica. We're looking into that for a while, thinking of going either tubing or rafting down the river. Looked kind of fun, but we don't really have time for it, and it's pretty expensive. All these little things are surprisingly expensive. Like, that's $60 per adult, $40 for kids for something that's gonna last an hour. Blue Water Beach Club, what I have noted, it's pretty overpriced, and again, we don't have time for it. There's also Margaritaville Fairmount, which is only open during when cruise ships are around. Thursday, we'll start our day off 7 a.m. at Dunn's River Falls. Cruise ships are in, it's open at 7 a.m. Now it'll be 8:30. The cost is $25 for adult, $17 for a kid, but please keep in mind, if you're doing this with Mystic Mountain, you can actually get this for $20. It's cheaper. Be there for an hour and a half, possibly 2 or 3 hours. Then we'll go to Mystic Mountain Jamaica Adventure Park, which is open from 8 to 4 p.m. I paid $235 for the family, which includes 2 adults, 2 kids, and 1 2-year-old, which is free. This includes skylift up to the adventure park is. There's a pool at the top. There's a water slide, all included. There's a rope course that's also included. What wasn't included that I paid extra for was the bobsled and zip line. I bought it during Black Friday, so I got 30% off. So the zip lining was like $24. Bobsledding was probably the same price, around $24. And it's no different for price for kids and adults. Have pretty lenient cancellation policy, 24 hours. You get a full refund. Mystic Mountain's only open when there's a cruise ship. After Mystic Mountain, if we have time, we'll go to Margaritaville Ocho Rios, grab a few drinks. It has a pool, water slide, and it's on the beach. And all these things, they close at 4 o'clock, where the restaurant's the only thing open. From there, we'll drive 21 minutes to the original Blue Hole. It's open from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. every day. The cost is $20 for adult, $10 for kid. There's multiple options out there on tour operators. There's different locations up and down the river. It's hard to drive there from what I'm reading. It's hard to get a taxi there. there. It's becoming more popular, kind of a newer destination. From 2:50 till 4:30. At 4:30, we'll drive 22 minutes, 6.3 kilometers to Old Spanish Bridge. The roads do look rough, so I don't know how easy it is to get there, but it looks amazing. It's an old bridge above what looks like Springwater River. After that, we'll drive 46 minutes, 24 kilometers to Bamboo Blue restaurant off of Mammy Bay Road, Jamaica, on the beach. Getting 2 island samplers, $28, pay 15% tax, and a minimum 10% service depending on your server. After that, if we're still hungry, KFC to fill up. The next day, we're gonna do a lot more driving to get gas. At 7:30 p.m., we'll leave the restaurant, drive 12 minutes back to our hotel. Again, it has 6 pools and has a nice lookout, so we'll have time to chill out at the condo. Early Friday morning, we're gonna wake up 5 a.m. I'll head 2 hours and 24 minutes, 112 kilometers to Blue Lagoon at 8 a.m. I'm hoping some of the vendors are already open and ready to go. It's $20 per person. I'll have to negotiate. There's boats and there's rafts. You talk to the vendors to find out pricing. There's 2 options. One will take you across the lagoon to the little beach, which has a restaurant that's very expensive. You can get $12 drinks, very expensive food. Or you can go to Monkey Island, which is a total trip of about an hour and a half, which is what we're planning on doing. The trip is through the bay on the coast all the way to an island. The water's beautiful there. You get out onto a beach. The whole experience looks awesome. This is not, however, from the movie Blue Lagoon with Brooke Shields. It's actually from Fiji. From there, we'll drive 5 minutes, 2 kilometers to French Cove Beach, which opens at 9, closes at 5 p.m. $10 a person. Family be about $40. Beautiful looking spot. It's right down the road from Blue Lagoon. There's other beaches that we could go to depending on the timing of everything. Winifred Beach. Winifred Beach is free. In Boston Beach, where's Boston Beach? It says it's $3 per person. Again, French Cove will probably be there an hour. At 11, we'll drive 28 minutes, 10 kilometers to Juicy Beef, which again is the fast food. So Jamaica has their specific fast food, sells patties. There's the one called Tasties and the other called Juicy's, kind of a name brand that you'll see throughout the islands. I estimate we'll spend about $30 there at the restaurant. At 11:45, we drive 15 minutes, 12 kilometers to Somerset Falls. Somerset. It opens up at 9, closes at 5 p.m. We'll probably be there for an hour and a half. It's gonna be $15 a person. I didn't see that the prices were different for kids, so family will be about $60. So at 1:30, we'll drive through the Blue Mountain National Park. We'll start at 1:30. We'll drive 45 minutes, 30 kilometers. First destination, which is 215 Fish Duns Falls. It says it's 300 JMD, which is about $2 per person. I'm not gonna stay there that long. It's right off the road. From there at 2:35, we'll drive 48 minutes, 17.5 kilometers to Hollywell Park in Jamaica. That's the big park they have in the Blue Mountains. We'll be there at 3:23 p.m. We'll probably stay about 40 minutes, but at 4 o'clock, I plan on driving 30 minutes, 12 kilometers to Cafe Blue or potentially Crystal Edge Restaurant, which from what I'm seeing is the side-by-side or the same place. It's a beautiful place to get some fresh Blue Mountain coffee. They have some food. Everything is expensive in the mountains, keep that in mind, but you have a place, a balcony to look over the Blue Ridge from high up. It looks very beautiful. Mine, they close at 5 or 5:30, so you're limited to time. Like 2 large hot coffees, that's 550 JMD each. 2 coffees, 550 each. So we're gonna spend around 2,200 JMD, which is about $15. At 5:30, it's starting to get dark. We'll drive 26 minutes, 12 kilometers to Skyline Outlook at 5:56. The sunsets at 5:55, so we'll be there to see the sunset. From there, we'll drive 24 minutes, 24 kilometers to our Airbnb called Jamaica Magic down in Kingston. I paid $125 for one night, and we'll get there around 6:30. After that, we'll drive 11 minutes to dinner at Chili Toast Jamaica's Food. We'll get some nachos, chili beef for 1,400 JMD. There's some fajita nachos for 1,600, jerk chicken for 1,400. I estimate 4,400 JMD, which again is about $30. I have noted here, since it's Friday night, we're leaving Saturday at lunch to pack the car to have everything ready to go. Early Saturday morning, 6:30, we wake up. We drive 17 minutes, 8.2 kilometers at 7 a.m. We arrive at Tasty's Papine, which has a bunch of pastries and breakfast. We'll be there for 20 minutes. At 7:35, we'll be at Hope Botanical Gardens, which is right next to it. It opens up very early, 6 a.m., closes at 6 p.m. It's $15 for adult, $10 for kids, 200 JMD to park. So I'll probably be spending about $50. We'll probably be there for an hour and a half. At 9 o'clock, we'll drive 30 minutes, 21 kilometers towards the airport, Norman Manilay International. I have here noted to get gas to make sure the car is on full. Cost of gas again is $5.15. I'm estimating 500 miles, so it'll be about $86, but I'm going to round up and say it's going to be nearly $100 for gas. At 9:30, we'll drop off the car, and then at 11:45, we depart Kingston, and then we arrive in Miami at 1:42, where we drive home.